And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute honor to sit down with not only my friend, but the legend, Chris Durbin, in the hot seat tonight. Chris, what is up, my man?
What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing?
Man, dude, listen, I've been so excited about this podcast since we met and we did phone conversations and stuff, and it was an absolute honor to meet
Well,
you
I
at
appreciate it.
Wrote
Honor's
Atlanta.
mine, man. The honor's all mine.
Let's see. I had a little problem with Facebook real quick. Hang on, let me see. Boom, go live on Facebook. For some reason, I'm not live on Facebook. Boo. Technical difficulties for real, people. Trust me. It has been hectic. Let me try this. Let me try this. So let's see if I can do this while we're live. Let me remove the Facebook. And then let me add the Facebook. Let me see if I can make this work, Chris, real quick. Let me see. But dude, bro, so obviously Atlanta was a crazy weekend, man. The weather, the rain, it was semi-dry. 2 dry for wets, 2 wet for slicks. It was chaotic. I think I fixed the stream. Hang on. Let me see if I fix this stream. Maybe. Damn, I'm good. We are live now. Yeah, let's go.
We're good to go.
That's it. Well, we were on YouTube and LinkedIn, but now we're on Facebook. So yeah, man. All three. Let's go. Our next podcast we do together, bro. On the laptop, we'll sit down and we'll figure it all out with the camera and everything. Right. But on the laptop, it'll give you an option. You can log into your social, so you could stream on your Facebook and your YouTube live as well as on mine.
Oh, all right.
So that's what I love about StreamYard. It's super easy to use, right? But listen, man, we got a lot to talk about. Again, absolute honor to have you down. But before we get into this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today. Oh, that was a breath taker. By Seth Starnes, I try to do it all on breath. Yeah, Chris, man, welcome to the show, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Listen, the honor's on mine. Before we get into your whole background story, I just want to talk about Atlanta real quick since we're on this subject. Again, it was an honor to meet you, and my friend, you absolutely murdered it that weekend. I know you had a problem with the clutch, but besides that, bro, amazing.
Hey,
Proper
you gotta get in the front somehow, right? No, I'm just kidding.
It's awesome. We already got a comment. Christina Anderson, welcome to the show. She says, "What's up, my freaking beast?" Do you know Christina?
I do. I'm in her kitchen.
Thanks for joining, Christina. Hey, and I'm hungry too. So what's for dinner? That's what I'm talking about.
I'm supposed to be making some hamburgers, but I don't see nothing happening right now. So
he's like, I ain't smelling no burgers on the grill.
Yeah, come over here to help Tobias, my pit crew from this weekend. He's got a BMW that he's putting together for the track and stuff. So we're putting some finishing touches on it tonight.
Nice. I think I met him at the trailer when I come to find you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I met him. Again, I'm bad with names, people. I apologize. I'm real good with faces. Once I meet you, I will never forget you, and I always say hi, but names I'm not really good at. But yeah, so Atlanta, bro, coming into that weekend, let me ask you this. Did you have any expectations that you had set for yourself going into Road Atlanta?
I really wanted to do top 10, that was really what I was going for. So anything better was good. But, I know it was a tough field, so top 15 would have been all right. But yeah, I really just wanted to go top 10.
You could do better than that, my friend. You're going to do better.
Try. I'm going to try.
You're going to. You are going to. We got Jeffrey Tate. What is up? He says, hell yeah, let's go, fast guy.
Tate's my boy.
Yeah.
Me and him always have a good time.
How did you and Tate end up meeting?
We met one year at GNF, racing down there at GNF. And then ever since then, we've pretty much talked pretty frequently.
I love it, man. Again, the beautiful friendships and families you meet in the paddock, what I call the beautiful circus. So,
oh yeah.
But yeah, man, Road Atlanta, bro. The weather was crazy. We had just talked about it when we was doing the whole technical difficulty things as we was trying to work it out. It was, 2 wet for slicks, 2 dry for wets, the whole thing. It throws a monkey wrench in everybody's program. I walked around the paddock, was talking to my friends. Half of them were like, hell yeah, let's rain. The other half was like, absolutely not, right? So what was you going for, the dry or the wet?
Well, I'm pretty good in the wet, but I wanted it to be dry just because your chances of things going bad are a little less. So I didn't really want to send a brand new bike, haven't even rode down the track sliding. So
That's
I was
right.
happy it was dry.
Man, again, dude, Chris, you did a absolutely proper mega job that weekend. I was so pumped, so proud. Did you see me at turn one cheering you on the whole time?
I seen a bunch of people over there, but I couldn't
Yeah.
tell who it was.
Well, I don't want you to focus on me, but I was right there at turn one, right as you guys come out. Let's
Heck yeah.
go. Yeah, screaming. It was awesome. Yeah, great weekend, man. Sunday was absolutely perfect weather.
No, it was. Saturday was like you said, you didn't know what you was gonna get. You didn't know if it was gonna be wet, if it was gonna be dry. I think before race one, I changed tires back and forth like 3 times because I was like, I don't know.
You was working
So
your crew that weekend.
yeah, it was just me and my buddy Tobias
Yeah.
at that point. So it was just me and him, 2-person show going at it.
I love it, man. I love it. It's also, another beautiful thing about this sport. People don't realize what it takes, Chris, on a race weekend, especially when it's just you, your dad, and one other buddy. I mean, it's so much to do. The 10 on cold pit, hot pit, tire warmers, generators, extension cords, yada, 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 running back and forth. And
Yeah.
then you not only helping with the bike, you got to get suited and booted, as I call it, right? Preparing for battle. And yeah, it's a lot going on for sure.
Yeah, you gotta be on your toes, that's for sure. But hey, that's the beautiful part about it though.
No, absolutely it is. I agree. So, man, let's take it back, bro. The humble beginnings. Where did your journey start on twos?
Well, I started off motocross when I was about 5 years old. So I raced dirt bikes and I was pretty competitive with that growing up. And then I'd say at about 16 or so, I kind of stepped back and I got hurt really bad. And then started working at Ford and didn't ride for probably 10 years. And then started back to kind of riding here and there. And next thing you know, I'm buying a BMW and taking it to NCM. And that's where it all started.
And look where you are now, all because of
I
it, right?
know.
I love it, dude. So, what made you after 10 years say, "You know what? I'm gonna go buy a bike." And what bike did you get?
Uh, I got the BMW. First bike was my first bike was a Hayabusa, actually, believe it or not, but I don't really count that as, you know, a track bike. I rode it on the street, ripped around, but yeah, that was my first street bike was a Hayabusa. And
Uh,
then I ended up turboing it and blowing it up, and when it blew up, I went and bought a BMW because that was the only other bike that really ever pulled on it. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna go for that.
we're going for the BM, and
Yeah.
Top Rack races it. I mean, come on, you can't lose with that, right? So, that dude, it's a beautiful machine. Your bike's absolutely gorgeous. I dig in the whole color scheme and how you got it set up. Dude, I mean, just the whole bike. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the arrows. I'm more
Yeah,
old school, right? But the BMW absolutely is a beautiful machine. Never rode one, but I know it's fucking proper mega fast. From all my friends, they're like, holy shit, this thing's a missile.
they're pretty sweet.
I bet they are. I bet they
Yeah.
are. Um, TSB Racing is in the house. Welcome to the show. He says, "Bro is super fast and a badass rider."
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Love it, man. I love it. And we got Nicole. She's in. It was an honor to meet you, Nicole. She did photography that weekend. I think it was her first weekend, if I'm not mistaken, with her
Yeah,
media
first
pass there.
weekend
Yeah.
at Moto America.
Yeah. Absolute honor to meet her and her boyfriend. So we got, of course, Trevor Watson. You know Trevor Watson.
Hi, Rev Trev.
Hi, Rev Trev. He's awesome. And again, Trevor, I rocked your shirt last night on the podcast and gave you guys a big shout out, Sloppy Sprockets. Thank you for the hospitality over the weekend, my man. It means a lot,
Hey, Trev had the spot this weekend. He
bro.
had the spot in the pits right there, turn one.
Absolute best spot in the house, in my personal
No,
opinion. Easy in, easy out. Let's go. I like it. I like it, man. So, getting the street bike, going from the Busa, getting to the BMW, what persuade you to go do track days and how did that all come about?
I had a few buddies that they went to NCM and done a couple track days and stuff, and then so I was like, yeah, let's go. So I went and I did track days for a year at NCM on just a street trim BMW, and then by the second year, I was like, yeah, I need to get a track bike. So I ended up getting a ZX6, and I rode it for like one session, and I was like, yeah, I got to get back on the BMW. And then I friggin' crashed the BMW. It's my first wreck, NCM at turn 8, high sided it, and so I decided to get a cheaper track BMW and end up selling the street one. And I raced that one my whole first year with Wiro. So I did track days for a year, and then I started racing.
Was at Road Atlanta? Was that your first MA event?
It was my second. I did Barber last year with Moto
Okay.
America.
So let me ask you this: coming from obviously club racing, doing your first Moto America event, it's a completely different atmosphere. It's more set up like military time. You got
Yeah,
time slots for everything. If you miss them, pretty much asked out, right? So you got to be on your P's and Q's. Where
I
club
know.
racing's all laid back. You're like, yeah, I hear the 5 minute. I'm good. I'm gonna finish my sandwich real quick. I got this, right? Like, no worries. I can go out a minute late. It's not a problem. Moto
I
America's
think it's harder
absolutely
trying to figure out what you're supposed to be doing than it is going out there and racing. But
it, facts, right? Especially if it's your first introduction to Moto America that
right,
weekend. It's everything's just completely yin to the yang as far as scheduling and all that goes. But your first event, man, how did it go for you showing up? Was you nervous being on the stage or
at Barber,
yeah?
no, I mean I liked Barber. I was pretty confident at the track. You know, I've done a few GNF races there and stuff. But like you said, it was trying to figure out the whole ordeal with the scheduling and the military time. But it went pretty good. I had a shifter issue in qualifying, so I got stuck in fourth gear. My shifter broke off in qualifying, so there wasn't nothing I could do. And so I was a little further back on the grid than I wanted to be, but
Could have
I
did the
ended
old
up
school
making,
suicide shifter with your hand.
yeah, which it was just a little peg part, you know, that your toe touches. So it wasn't the whole shifter, but I couldn't reach anything or figure it out. But
Sometimes those boots really don't have a whole lot of feel to them, especially when something like that happens. You're like, I can't
yeah.
find the lever. Where to go? I see you, but I can't find it. Yeah, it's
And then coming into race one, my front brake failed. So that was kind of a,
oh
kick
shit
in the butt.
moment.
Yeah. I pumped it up some and I got off the side of the track and let everyone around that was, coming up. And then after I got some brake pressure back, I went back out and just, played it easy going into the corners, done what I could.
Going easy. I highly doubt that, Chris. Come on now.
Well,
Going
I
easy.
was
I do. I do.
I didn't want to, take somebody else out for
I
me
do.
not having brakes, so I'd make sure I was
Pumping
safe.
them before you come
Yeah.
on every brake
Yeah,
marker.
I'd
You're like,
fill it a little bit.
all right, I'm good. Now I can't break as deeper as late, but I'm good. We're
Yeah.
back in action, baby. I can work with this. Let's go.
Throw it down a gear and lean it over.
That's it. Just let it all hang out, baby. Where the chips fall, let them fall. I'm with it, dude. I'm absolutely with it. Well, your first Moto America event at Barber's out the way. So coming back into Road Atlanta, you pretty much knew what to expect and
Yeah.
what was going to happen. So it's still chaotic over the weekend, because everybody's just so flat out busy. And there might be times we have 3 or 4 hours, from qualifying to your first race or whatever it is, but still it goes by like that.
Yeah, I mean, you stay busy the whole time, so time just flies. The next thing you know, you're up there and it's over and you're headed home. You're like, man, ready to do it again.
Right, ready to do it again, which brings me to saying, next weekend, so you're going to, where's the next round? Road America. You'll be
Yep.
doing the Road America round, and man, I love that track. What a beautiful track. I've been there. I had the honor to be there twice. The first time I went was, I wanna say 2019. I was helping my buddy Chris Lilligard out when he was
Okay.
racing with the Twins Cup. So, that was my first working behind the scenes, helping him out, 15, 16-hour days, but it's when you're there, you're having fun. It's not work, right? Um,
Right.
I had some of the best seafood ever there. I forget the restaurant we went to.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
gonna have to let me know. I'm a
dude, I
I'm a
will.
foodie.
Dude, I will for sure. It was so good. I was like, "Oh my god." It was right there on the lake. I can't remember. But I'll find out for you and send it to you. Road Atlanta has the same feel as Road America does. Um, I don't know why I always say that. I've always said that since obviously I've been there, experienced them both, but they're both beautiful. So going into
Yeah,
Road America, do you have any expectations coming into? It's not next weekend; it's the weekend after.
yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah,
It's about the same expectations, top 10. I haven't been to Road America, but I'll catch on quick, jump in behind somebody, and see a brake marker and slow down.
throw that rubber band on somebody and let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah, man, I love it, dude.
I
Yeah,
mean, that's how I kind of got quick like I did, is jumping behind faster guys and catching toes. Like at Fastline track days, shout out. That's the Fastline family.
I love it.
Anyway, they got Hayden Gillum and JD Beach, and Trevor Watson goes there, and it's all fast guys. So you just jump in and learn something.
Iron sharpens iron. I mean, that's what it is, right? Because when you're behind somebody, you see what they're doing that you're not doing, right? And you pick up
Right.
on it and you try it. And you're like, shit, I picked up a tenth or 2/10 or whatever it is, right? So yeah, it's yeah, dude, you're gonna love Road America. I already know. I already know you're gonna love it. You love Road Atlanta, you're gonna love Road
It's a
America.
big track. It's like 4 miles long, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big track. It's wide open. If I recommend if anybody's gonna go there and watch the race, bring a little pit bike if you have one. It's one of those tracks where it's got some distance
You
between it.
need it.
Yeah, you definitely need it. Road Atlanta too. It's track unless you stay right there, pretty much turn one or the whatever
Turn
10A,
five.
10B, yeah, whatever it is. Other than that, it's like, yeah, you gotta have a little
Yeah,
moped
it's
or
big.
to go. So
A lot of elevation too, so you're gonna get a workout.
bro, absolutely. It was walking up that hill's devastating. You do it 10 times. You're like, when I come down this hill, I ain't coming back up. If I do, I'm going home. Right?
Yeah.
It's one of those type of hills.
During the club races with Weira, I would go watch some. During the Moto America, I couldn't hardly find time to go watch. Go exploring and watch. But I like watching the kink in the back straight at like turn 9. It's pretty nuts watching all the bikes fly through there.
Listen, I like to sit at this is one of my favorite things to do when I go to track is just go watch from each corner just for like, a couple sessions, just to get the feel. Because you see different parts of the track, but also see uh you ride different in certain areas of the track too, right? So I get to
Right.
study everybody coming and riding through what they're doing, what the fast guys are doing, what lines they're taking versus the mid pack versus slow guys. And yeah, I love watching that stuff. It's what it's about, my man.
Yeah. It's neat getting the two different perspectives too. Like you got your rider perspective, and then you watch from the side, and you're like, man, that looks kind of crazy. But when you're out there doing it, it doesn't seem like it's as crazy as what it looks when you're standing right there and somebody blows past.
Facts, 110% on that. We got Brennan Triplet up in the house. What is going on, gentlemen? What is up, my man? Brennan, he was there with Philip Hart.
Yep.
He races too, yeah. So he's got
Yeah.
his
Philip and Brennan both are good friends of mine.
okay, yeah. They're also I finally got to meet Brennan too and Philip for the first time at Road
Yeah.
Atlanta. So yeah, it's good stuff, man. He unfortunately Philip had a blown head gasket, I think, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
I believe so.
Yeah. So which is
It's
a bummer.
unfortunate. He's had
He's
some bad luck lately like that, and it's just no good. He's a great rider. I like to go out there and bang some bars with him.
I mean, just it's part of racing.
Yeah.
That's part of the game we play, right? You have a vision and a goal when you approach the weekend. You might write it down, do all this. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You show up, and it's that. Some of them might happen that way,
No.
and then a monkey wrench comes out of nowhere that you didn't even think about, and you're like,
Yep.
"Oh, dude, yeah. What do I do now?" So, yeah, man, absolutely. So, what is your future plans in racing, Chris? Like, where do you see yourself in the future as far as road racing? Your future goals? What do you want to
I
accomplish?
mean, we never really know what's going to happen, but I want to, just try to get as fast as I can and race the fastest guys out there and see what I can do. I
Yeah,
still got a lot to learn. I know that, but I'm getting faster and faster. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, I've seen you. You're absolutely devastatingly fast, 110%.
I
No
appreciate it.
bullshit. It's awesome to see. Um,
Honestly, I learned a lot club racing with Dan Kruger. catching toes from him and having some good battles with him. And then now Jason Waters.
Jason's
I look up to those guys. They might not think so, but I do.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I look up to you. I look up to everybody that races. You know,
Right.
I was never fast enough to make it. The best I ever did was seventh out of an endurance race. But again, you know, the cost of it, and then I got married and had to buy a house and yada yada yada. So I did the adult thing.
Yeah.
But I am getting back out there on track. I got some track days. I got planned. I'm gonna go down there to Florida and ride with SFL Mini GP and hang out with them
Okay.
and yeah, start getting it back into it slow, right? I
That'd
can't
be
wait.
awesome.
Dude, I can't wait. I got a 848 race bike. Okay. Blew the motor in it, saved up the money to get the motor, come across an RC51, dream bike I always wanted. So I bought the RC51 instead of the motor for the race bike. So
Yeah.
yeah, it happens
That's
like
how
that
it goes.
sometimes. Right?
On the
Um,
Copart special BMWs, I buy them wrecked and barely laid over and just fix them up, turn them into race bikes.
dude, that's how I bought my first Ducatis. I bought some wreck bikes, turned around, flipped them, and sold them, and boom, there it goes. Michael Lund, what is up, man? Welcome to the show. He says, "What's up, guys?" Becky Meyer wants to know what happened with that start last weekend, Chris.
Hey, listen, Becky. My, listen. See, what had happened was, no, my clutch lever has been really loose for like I've used the same clutch on two different bikes for like last year and this year, and the perch was like wallowed out, I guess you would say it, and the whole lever would just flop. But I don't use it that much. So it's like whatever. Well, I had a new clutch I was gonna put on, but we got so busy doing everything that I was like, whatever, I'm going to bed. It'll be fine. I haven't had a problem with it yet. Well, of course. So it's flopping like this and it vibrated the adjuster all the way out. So I go to pull the clutch in and I don't know if it came all the way out or if it just pulled it so tight when I barely went to let go of the clutch, it just grabbed really hard. I'm not sure which one because I was trying to fiddle with it during the race while we was racing to try to get it going. Because down the back straight in like turn 9, where you're just pinned, the bike would kind of jump where it felt like the clutch was still grabbing. But I mean, we made it through the race, so
That's right. That's right. And Christina, you're absolutely right. I was going to bring this up. A good point out. She says, pretty badass to get a 5-second penalty jump start and still whoop ass and came in top 10. Like, bro,
I mean,
bro, natural talent, Becky. You're right. I mean, yeah, you had a proper mega weekend. I mean,
yeah, I can't complain. It was a pretty awesome weekend. I
yes, it
still
was.
learned a lot too. I tried to hop in behind those orange cat guys. I knew they was going to blow past me, but those bikes are making some steam.
Yeah, big shout out to Jason Rebay and Lee.
Yeah,
They
they're
absolutely,
rocking out.
yeah. It was funny because I had a conversation with them right before they went out, and it was my first time actually meeting Lee. I know Jason, and Jason and Lee were sitting there. They were getting ready to get ready, and I was like, "Look, good luck. I know one of y'all is going to win. Either you or him. I'm gonna let you two figure that out there on the track, and as soon get finished first and second." So
Yeah,
yeah,
they were
it's freaking
dialed in,
awesome.
setting
Yes, they
lap
were.
records and everything. They was on it.
Yes, they were. They were. But I mean, truth be told, you weren't that far behind them.
We got some work to do though. We got some work to do.
That's also the beautiful thing about racing and riding all the time is you you constantly learn
Yeah,
and evolve, right? And you see it the next time you go out. You might not know you're making that step until you get back out there in the race
right.
environment, and then you're like, holy shit, I stepped my pace up, right? All because of the training you do. Which brings me, Chris, what kind of training do you do?
Um, I'm on the full time job training. Where you just work your butt off. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I do a lot of gym time. We got a gym at my work, so on all my breaks, I go to the gym, work out pretty hard, and then during the winter time, we do the mini moto stuff on the indoor go kart tracks, and then fast line track days. With Miss Becky there.
That's right. Becky Meyer. That's right. Absolute legend herself.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's her and her husband. They're absolutely amazing. I'd love to sit down with them and get them on the pod sometime.
Yeah, you need to.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun.
You
I
probably do a
love
lot of laughing.
I
You
love to
know,
laugh and I
yeah,
love to
you don't know
talk.
what Becky's gonna come off with. She's a wild one.
That's okay. We're all wild, right? So I'm with it. I'm absolutely challenge accepted. 110%.
Right.
Paul McKee, what is up? It was good to see you, Paul, my man. I'll be down there hanging out with him and hopefully you on Sunday for the Cycle Jam coming up. If you guys will be down there, it's the 23rd through the 25th of May, I think, off the top of my head.
Durbinator. I like
Yeah,
it.
the Durbinator. I love it, dude. Congrats on the awesome weekend, dude. Yeah, Paul.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks.
He murdered. Have you ridden with Paul before? Do you know Paul?
I don't know if we have rode together. Like you said, I'm terrible with names too. I have to. I'm a face guy.
Me too, bro. I'm a hands-on face guy, straight up. You tell me a name 15 times. Dude, this is how I get away with it. I'll go up to somebody, I'm like, man, I know this guy, I forget his name. And I'll see you approaching, and I'm like, fuck, I can't remember this guy's name. I don't want to seem like this dumbass, right? So I'll be like, Nikki, this is my buddy. And then naturally you'll be like, oh, I'm Rick. I'm like, yes, that's Rick, babe. Yeah, that's
You found you a loophole.
A loop. I do it with my son too, right? I'll be like, Rossi, this is loophole people. There you go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, I mean, in our defense, most of us have hit our head a few couple times.
100%. I know I have for sure. Tobias, what is up, my man? He says Derby is making magic. So grateful to be part of it.
Hey, I wouldn't have been able to do it without him.
How did you and Tobias meet? How did y'all come together?
We met at a Fastline Track Day, actually.
Nice.
Yep.
Nicole says Paul runs lightweight twins and where? Okay.
Yeah, he crashed. That's what it was. And I had to hook him up with some GB race covers.
I love it, man. I love it. GB race covers, they work. They're absolutely worth the money.
Oh yeah,
110% worth the money.
Yeah, if you don't have anything like that, then it's playing with fire.
110%. What do you do for a living, Chris?
I work at a Ford truck plant. I've worked there for 13 years now.
Congratulations.
So,
what do you do there? Are you mechanic or?
I was on the line for about 10 years, assembly line, and now I drive a forklift.
Okay.
So,
I like it. Good stuff, man.
It's busy.
As long as you enjoy what you're doing for work, that's all that matters, you know?
Well, I mean, it pays for racing.
Well, then it matters. That's what I'm saying, right?
I don't know if I enjoy it very much, but
yeah,
I get to throw my leg over a bike here and there. I'm happy.
Yeah, I used to love my job before they went out of business. My new job now, I mean, I like certain people that I work. I get along with everybody, you know. My whole motto is we never met a stranger. You know, we're none of us are strangers, just friends that haven't met yet. But there's always, you know, drama wherever you go. But the job's okay. Again, it pays the bills. And I only work 4 days a week. I'm a supervisor at Renaissance, so I'm over the powder coat department. So we make a lot of light fixtures and murals and one-offs and all this stuff out of steel and aluminum. They weld and all this snazzy jazz stuff. So we make all the Longhorn, the steakhouse Longhorn benches, all their metal benches, Kroger trash cans, the big metal boxes you see when you pull up to the gas station that holds all the coolant and all that shit in. It says Kroger away, all that. We make all that shit, paint it, and blah blah blah. It's all right.
Yeah, Ford's not too bad. It's different, you know. It takes you a minute to get used to it, but it's not too bad. It's, you know, a nice secure job.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
You got good health, so I don't have to pay for any health care. So if I wad it up, I can still sit at home and get paid.
I mean, you're doing better than most with that for sure. 110%. So was your dad growing up? Was your dad into motorcycles?
He rode some, but not a whole lot. I think he wrecked one in a park one time, so he kind of decided not to ride motorcycles too much. But he rode some dirt bikes with me when I was younger. And
forget.
He hurt his shoulder really bad. He's had like 19 surgeries on his shoulder, so riding any type of bikes and stuff's hard on him.
19 surgeries.
Yeah.
I've
one
only had
after
two.
another.
Bro, that's crazy. I had two on my wrist, the same wrist. And if I ever have to go for a third one, I'm like, man, just cut off and give me an Anakin Skywalker arm, man. Let me get that mechanical one, right?
It's funny. But
Uh,
his little brother, David Laswell, is my uncle, and he always had street bikes. So I was like 11 years old, and we had a dirt bike track at my dad's house. Everybody be over there riding dirt bikes, and he'd pull up on his street bike, and I'd just hop on his streat bike and
take
go
off.
take it for a rip.
I'll be back. He's been gone
Yeah.
3 hours. Okay, I said I'll be back.
It was fun.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So I ask everybody this, man. How do you prepare for battle, Chris? Meaning that, do you have a certain routine you go through on the weekend? Left boot on before my right boot, anything like that? Certain music, jumping jacks.
I try to do some like push-ups and stretches before, right before the race. But other than that, I mean, I'm pretty much ready to go all the time. I'm locked in.
I love it. Wide open.
Yeah.
Jeff says, ask Chris how he's liking that K-Tech TRDS. Ha ha ha. He's dropped like 2 seconds everywhere with it. Fucker.
That's great. I told him, a lot of people say they don't like it for some reason. They don't have feel in the front end or whatever, but it's smooth. It feels good to me.
Well, I mean,
If you're feeling something up front, it's going to make you not want to go faster, right? So
yeah.
if you don't feel it, then go faster.
Yeah. Right. It's suspension is one of those things. It's another misconception I hear people talk about all the time. They're like, well, I got this stock bike. I'm gonna get an orange rear shock and I'm automatically gonna go faster. And I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, none. Just that's a bolt on. It's not gonna do anything, right? You gotta set it up, and there's so much.
Yeah.
But K-Tech's absolutely amazing. I'm friends with them all: Birch, Kendall, Dakari, Jill,
Service
the
man.
owner. Yeah, man, they're just amazing human beings. They're knowledgeable. They're always down to help, no matter what. And
They are top notch,
really
top notch customer service. Now,
honored
you
to.
don't get any better than that.
Nope, it's an honor to know all of them and be their friends. And dude, I believe them. I run their logo on my leather. I mean, all
Yep.
that. It's
And I got to give a shout out to Steve Weir too with BMW, because he has it on point. No matter what, he'll get you lined out, and you're going to go faster every time he does something to the bike.
Love it, dude. Have you met Nate Kern?
I have not.
Bro, I got to introduce you to my buddy Nate Kern. He's a big BMW ambassador. He races BMW. He was racing that boxer in the freaking Super Hooligans class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good
That's
friend.
a neat class. That would be fun.
Dude, that's one of my favorite classes. I mean, what a badass class, Chris, right? Oh, man, they're awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Let's see. Michael says Durbinator raced a day after one of his surgeries.
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
really?
Yeah, that was last year. That was a crazy week. All right, so my dad had a heart ablation, so he wasn't supposed to be doing nothing. I just had my son Ryder like 3 days before the first race of the season.
Congratulations.
So he's not supposed to be doing nothing. I really probably shouldn't be going to the first race since I just had a kid, but she was cool with it and understood whatever. So,
I love you, babe.
yeah. Me and him, we head out of town to Savannah, Georgia to go to Roebling for the first race of the year. And I ended up getting sick on the way down there. And I'm just like pretty much curled up in the back of the truck, just like laying there. I didn't know what was going on. So we're getting down there on a Friday because they had a track day before the races. And it comes to lunchtime. And I'm like, I can't ride. I thought I could, hold out and do half a day or whatever. But so we end up going to the immediate care. And as soon as I walk in, they sent me to the hospital. And my appendix, I had appendicitis. So I had surgery that night at like midnight. And then I got discharged at like 6:30 in the morning. So we went back to the track and, it was go time.
The go time, baby, when that adrenaline kicks in, right?
Yeah.
My wife had a similar thing. Where was we at? We was dating at the time. We weren't even married. And we were somewhere Buffalo Wild Wings, Wild Buffalo Wings, shit. One of them, one of those wing places. And all of a sudden she's like, man, I don't feel good. And same thing, had to get emergency appendix shit taken out and all that. Or gallbladder too, I think.
That's rowdy. I'm glad she's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Absolutely, man. But dude, that's beast mode right there. That's dedication. Surgery,
I
waking
didn't
up.
think I was going to be able to do it because I mean I couldn't walk, and then it started getting better and better. We already had everything loaded up, and they already did like practice and all that. But qualifying was getting ready to go out, and I was like, I can do it. So I hurried up and we just unloaded everything. My dad's getting all mad at me. He's like, "You said you weren't going to be able to, and now you are. We done got everything loaded up. We got like 10 minutes for you to get out there. Your tires aren't going to be warm." He's going off, and I'm like, "It'll be all right."
I
So
listen, you're a dad now too, right? We just want the best
yeah,
for our kids. That's all, But yeah, he supports you, dude. That's funny,
and
dude. I
he's
good to
ate up
see
with it
you.
more than me.
Oh, dude, I met your dad. It was an honor to meet you too, because I know he's listening. Bad with names. I forgot your dad. I'm just gonna call you dad because you're a dad. So, dad, it was an honor to meet you for sure. Looking forward to meeting you again. 110%, dude. That's awesome. It's
Doug is
it.
Doug Durbin. That's his name.
Yep, Doug. That's right. Yeah, yeah. So, Doug, honor. Yeah, good stuff. So, are you planning on doing the whole Moto America season, and are you
I'm
just
gonna do
doing
whatever I can afford
afford?
to do.
Yeah,
I'm on a $2 budget, so I
yeah,
gotta
man.
go race to race and see what can happen. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I would like to do the whole Moto America season.
That's this is the
So
future goal is to do a whole full season in Moto America.
right,
Yeah.
and
You'll
this
get there.
year, I mean, they're all relatively close. There's none on the West Coast, so if I'm going to be able to make them all, this year would be the good year to try to go and do that.
Facts, because next year Moto America be like only 2 East Coast races and all the rest are on the West
Yeah,
Coast, and you're thinking, well, it's just 2 races for me this season.
I
Like, it won't
know.
be
I
you know,
can't
the
get off work to go out that far. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
So
Chris, I do, and that's another aspect of the sport that a lot of people don't. They show up and they see you running around the paddock with your leathers and all these patches, and everybody's like, they assume, I wonder how much money he's making. I'm like, shit, how much money is he paying to be here? What are you talking
yeah,
about? Money?
I
You
made
got
about
some I can have?
negative 100 grand this year. What's up?
Facts, right? How many credit cards? Yeah, I mean, yeah,
uh, but you only live once, though, right? You can
hey,
always make more money.
I'm with it. But money's fake anyway. I mean, you only hold
Yeah,
on to it for a brief second, right? Shit, even then, a bank holds it and they give it a hard time about giving us some money sometimes. But anyway, yeah, I feel you on that, man. I do. But that's where, that's the plus side of also like, have you ever thought about going overseas to like BSB and trying that out?
I mean, yeah, that would be awesome, but I don't see how I could ever make that happen. Really, you know what I mean? I need to be a lot faster for that and have a lot of financial support.
We might be able to make something happen. I know a lot of people out there, so I think it's a good thing if we could. What I'd love to see, man, is like back in the day when we had that translogic, always tongue twister for me, where BSB and Moto America they would race together at the end of the year and all that. They
Oh,
had
that'd be cool.
dude, yes, but it's good to have us over there and some of them over here because it also opens the doors for the UK sponsorships to come over here and American sponsorships to go over there and
Yeah,
fight, you know. I think you would be good at. I think you'd be just fine. 110. But the plus side, the point I'm trying to make, Chris, is that it's feasible over there because all the tracks are within 6 hours from each other. So the
yeah,
gasoline
that's
budget, the hotel budget, and all that's nowhere near what it is out here.
yeah, that's awesome.
And I think that, sometimes America being so good, that too, but so big that it really makes it difficult for legends such as yourself or future legends in the sport right now trying to make a name for themselves when they just don't have the funding or backing to make it
Right.
week in, week out at every track, you know?
Yeah,
Um,
you got to work, you know, throughout the week, and then like Moto America, there you got to be there on Thursday morning. So then you got to, if it's a 2 day drive for you, you got to leave out on a Tuesday before you can even make it there, and so you're pretty much not getting to work the whole week.
Shoot, you pretty much missing almost 2 weeks. It takes you 2 days to
Yeah,
get there, the 4 days there, and then 2 days back. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, and it's good to have support from your employer too, right? That gives you the freedom sometimes to say, "Hey, I need to take this day. I'm going racing." They're like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And make it even more difficult if they wasn't supportive at all. right? Like my job, this is one thing I love about my job is like they're supportive of me going to Moto America races in my podcast. I was like, look, as long as me want to take time off to go to these races this year, this is my schedule. These are the dates that I would like to have off. And they're like, yeah, no problem. You can have them all off. So
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about my job is it doesn't really matter who you are. They're not. You don't get to just be like,
get to work. Get to
yeah,
work. Yeah. Make
yeah.
me my money. Yeah. Dude, listen, this what makes the world go round, buddy. So yeah, I feel you on that. I do, man. It makes it difficult. But you, my friend, you have the talent to make it. And you, my friend, is going to go far in this sport.
I
110%.
appreciate it. I'm gonna try. Heck, even if I can just end up with some type of job in the industry, you know what I mean? Just get out of the factory life and be able to do something I actually enjoy. I mean, that would be the end goal, really.
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to. I'm trying to get me my media pass for Moto America is what I'm working on. I'd love to get me a media pass. Yeah, me too, man. That's the dream, right?
Yep.
Following the circus around all year, getting paid to do it, play with
How
all the
sweet would
clowns in
that
the
be?
circus, dude. That would be fucking a dream,
I
dude.
know.
Like I'd have to kiss so much ass with my wife, but I'm ready to pucker up, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. You'd be like,
Right?
I'm going too.
Right? Oh, okay, let's go. Right? Let's
Yeah.
go. So yeah, this is the dream. This is the dream. So you're definitely doing Road America the round after Road America. I should have wrote it down.
VIR, I believe.
Dude, my home track. I freaking love VR. Have you been to VR?
I have not.
Bro, you're gonna love it. It's not,
But
it's a track that you will have no rest time,
okay.
but it's a super fun track. It's not very big. What I love about VR too is a lot like Mid Ohio. When I guess my personal rating for the racetrack, Chris, is I show up obviously as a fan and networking too as well. But I look at it as okay, if I show up to this track, I bring a couple buddies that's never been, which I always try to do. Um, is everybody going to need a scooter? Are we going to need to rent a golf cart just to get around? Right? VR is one of those tracks where you don't need one. You can. It's feasible to walk. It's not that far of a walk.
Okay.
And every racer loves the track. It's got good facilities. Yeah, it's
I've got
fucking good.
I've got VIR on Xbox on Ride 4, so I know the track. Same with Road America and Coda. I've never been there, but I've played the game, so kind of get an idea.
Dude, well, hey, I got Ride 4 and 5. We're gonna have to jump on there and play
Yeah.
sometime for sure.
It's kind of
Yeah.
funny. I run about the same lap times at the tracks that are on there on the game as in person. It's kind of crazy. But
So
that game is pretty spot on.
dude, it really is. It's this is what I love about this is like now that we got video games that have the actual racetracks that we go and do track days and we love, or you go out there and you race, it's a good training tool. Yes, you're not gonna learn all the undulations and the bumps and all this, but you'll have the track layout. You'll
Right.
not physically ride it, but mentally you'll ride it and mentally you'll remember it. And then when you get there, it's like a puzzle, right? It all comes together.
Because all the tracks with elevation and stuff with blind corners, it helps out a lot with that.
100%, right? Even the gearing, like even third gear through this corner, it's almost
Yeah.
pretty accurate even out there on the track. It's not too far off, which makes it realistic. It's good training tool. Do you watch the TT? The TT's getting ready to come up. The Northwest 200 just got done.
Yeah, the TT is pretty sweet. I haven't watched it like all of it like you have, you know what I mean? But I watch as much as I can. But yeah, the TT is probably the best thing to watch. I mean, you don't get no better than that. That's rowdy.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen in my life. Ever since I think the first one I seen, I tell the story. My buddy's uncle, I think it was his uncle. He knew I was big into bikes and he liked bikes too, right? But he wasn't around all the time. And we show over there, we had this big cookout. And he's like, "You ever heard of the TT?" I was like, "I've heard of it, but I've never seen it." And he's like, "I got something for you to watch." And literally the whole night and the next day, dude, I watched it probably, it seemed like 1,000 times. And I was like, from that day moment, best race ever. Yeah. But back then, back when we didn't have these PlayStations and in the Facebooks and the videos and all that, you had to physically show up to the track and
Yeah,
ride it, do a track walk and learn it that way. So we have the
that'd be
tools now.
one long track walk.
Bro, that would be no, the TT, you don't do a track walk, you do
No,
a
yeah,
track
I was just
drive. That's what you do, a track drive, yeah. Track walk on the TT, shit, that's 37 and a half miles. That's a workout
yeah.
right there, boy. I love it. So do you watch any racing like MotoGP, World Superbike, or
Yeah, I try to watch, a little bit of all of it. But honestly, I don't have as much time as I'd like to watch that stuff because I'm,
yeah,
working all the time, or I would do all my own work on the bikes too, so it never stops.
and you're a dad and a
Yeah,
husband, right? And all that good stuff. It's people don't understand again how busy,
yeah,
your
it's
day is.
busy.
It's nonstop. Mine too. I feel you. I'm the same boat as you are. But
Yeah, actually, this year I was looking for some new tire warmers, and one of my buddies at the track, Dan, he had a bunch of tire warmers that was from the Daytona, and they ended up being Peter Hickman's, and I ended up buying those. So I got a little bit of TT in me.
Peter's my dude, man. I know Peter. I had the honor to hang out with him and his dad the weekend of BSB. Not so much with Peter during the weekend. That the 2 nights before he moved to a new building, so he had a big bike night thing there with a cookout and all that. So I got to chat with Peter for a hot minute, dude. It was a fucking dream, dude. Like, are you kidding
All
me? I'm
that.
sitting here having a conversation with fucking Peter Hickman, bro. Even more so. Real quick story. I go to the UK 2023. I land. I already knew I stayed in Louth. That's where Cadwell Park, my favorite racetrack, is. And I knew Hickman's place and the HRC in the UK. It's right there in Louth. So I wake up, I call them HRC first. I was like, hey, I'm Simcoe. I'm from America. I just got here. I want to come by the shop and check it out, buy a shirt, hat, something, right? And they're like, if you don't have any business with us, you're not allowed to come in. Like, no, there's no outside coming in unless you're, and they got, all McGinnis and all these TT winning bikes up in there, Guy Martins. And she's like, will you come by and stand at the window? And I'm thinking to myself, I'll stand at the fucking window. I want to come in. What are you talking about? Like, I am a customer. I want to buy some. And she's like, absolutely not. Right. So, of course, I call Hickman. I was like, yeah, I'm Simcoe from America, blah, blah, blah. I want to come down. Is it cool if I come down? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. Right. So I pull up in the parking lot and this guy comes running out. There's nobody else in the parking lot. And I was like, what's up, dude? As soon as I open the door, what's up, man? Simcoe from America. I just called. And he's like, holy shit, your energy is just so intense. They didn't tell me Peter was standing inside. So as soon as I went through the door, Peter Hickman was actually working. And the lady at the counter, I forget your name. She said, you need to take a picture of this because nobody ever sees Peter working. So, of course, I got a picture on my phone of Peter Hickman working. People, I got it, right? So, man, just meeting him. He had the TT winning bike there. He had the trophies, the helmet, and it was just, those moments, Chris, when you're out there on the track, and it don't happen all the time, when you're in that zone and every time and everything just slows way down. Even though
Yeah,
everything around you is going fast, but everything else in your vicinity is just super slow. That's how it
locked
was,
in.
bro. And then so he invites me to come back down. He's like, hey, I'm on this bike night. Come on back. We'll hang out, blah, blah, blah. He introduced me to his dad that whole weekend at Cadwell Park. Every time I seen his dad, dude, his dad would walk up to me, give me a big hug. We get to talk. And every time Peter would come by, give me a big old fist bump. Even out there, I got invited on the BSB grid right before the Superbike race. I got video, dude. This is my favorite video ever, right? And walk
No,
by Peter Hickman, give me a big old fist pump and Storm Stacey. Dude, it was the
that's
best weekend.
awesome.
Real quick, too, like I'm a huge fan of Davey Todd. Everybody knows DT's
Yeah.
one of my dudes, right? I was so disappointed he wasn't going to be there. He just left. I forget the team he was. He just started with Milwaukee BMW, but they wasn't there for the Cadwell Park weekend because it was, I think, the week prior that all that shenanigan went down. Anyway, fuck, dude, he's not here. But everybody else I met, which is mega. We're standing down there, get ready to get on the Superbike grid. My buddy Dave, he has he's a performance coach. Daniel, sorry.
Okay.
He leans over Chris. Out of the blue, I'm standing there, man, my heart's just racing. I'm seeing Peter and everybody up on the grid. He leans over all nonchalantly, bro, and says, you'll never fucking believe this. And I just look at him like, why is he so close to me, right? He says, Davey Todd's right behind you. And I look at him, I said, shut the fuck up. And I turn around and literally Davey Todd's like, Davey. And he was like, holy shit, right? Like, I was like, bro. Yeah, it was
Oh, you fangirled him.
Dude, I fangirl like a mother. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be such fangirl, man. But he's like, dude, I get it. He's like, your energy is just like intense. I was like, bro,
Oh,
you
that's
don't
great.
understand. Like, this is a dream of mine. Like, it's an
Yeah.
absolute honor to be in the fucking presence of, so yeah.
Hey, it's hard to play it cool like that. You should, you don't want to be the weirdo that yells and screams, but how do you not? you know?
Listen, I love this sport so much. I'm such a fan. Yeah, I still get fangirl time. Listen, I will make it to the TT and they think I was a fangirl at BSB. Shit. Be a fangirl, like they're gonna be like, here comes that American again. I'm like, well, let's go. They're like, oh shit, everybody run now.
That's funny.
Fucking awesome. Mark B. Jones, welcome to the show. He says, made it to the TT last year. I'm fucking jelly, dude. What an awesome experience. Love the podcast. Keep up the great work. Oh, Mark, thank you so much, man. It's an absolute honor. That's for
Yeah.
real.
It's
Dude,
awesome, Mark. Hope you
yeah,
had a fun time.
dude, it's the TT. You
Yeah,
already
you
know
can't
we
you
had a
can't
fun
have a
time.
bad time, can you?
So my recommendation, they got an app. It's called TT Plus app. Yes, it's only $30, but you can download the app. It's free. You pay the $30 if you want to. That lets you have access to the TT, but you can download the app, bro, and still get on there. And they have a couple series on there, like Netflix series kind of things. One's called
Okay.
Between the Hedges. I'm on the third season now. Dude, highly recommended. Everybody needs to go right now and download the TT Plus. It's in your app store, your iTunes, whatever phone you got, and enjoy. It's breathtaking. It tells backstories and listen.
Yeah, the
Do it.
TT that's the race, You're
It is.
you're the man if you just or woman, if you just get in that race, that's all.
Anybody that lines up at the TT grid is we quite often talk about aliens, Mark Marquez,
Yeah.
Valentino Rossi. There's certain people that come in our lifetimes where they elevate the game, right? Like Rossi doing
Yeah.
squats, yada yada yada. Every man and woman that lines up the TT, I don't care if they're dead last, 5 minutes behind, legend,
Yeah.
straight legend, dude. It's to me the craziest are the monkeys that ride in the sidecar, not the driver of the sidecar, but the monkeys that sit in the side of that
Yeah,
thing.
I'm not doing that. That'd be one like I'm down for pretty much whatever. Whatever. I'm not getting in the sidecar. It's not happening.
He said, "I'm not doing it." No, that's where I draw the line. Is right there. I'm
Yeah.
not being your monkey. I'm sorry.
Now, if somebody wants to get in the sidecar, I'll take you around the track, but I'm not getting in it.
Would you ever consider doing something like the TT?
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, sign me up.
I I know people. Dude, you think I'm dead serious. I know people. We can
Yeah,
make
I mean
things
that would
happen.
be
You can
that
go
would
up,
be
sign
sick.
up for the newcomer. My buddy Jackie K's out there. He just did the Northwest 200. It was his second or third time. I got another buddy, Dave Thomas, that's out there. I got a good mate, Eric Wilson. He's one of the guys that I'm gonna put
Yeah,
you in contact with,
that'd be like a life achievement for me. Yeah, I definitely want to go do that.
bro.
Making it happen and being able to do it are two different things, though.
Let's just put the e-brakes on. Positive, right?
Yeah.
We're in this together, Chris, and we're gonna figure this out together, right? We're gonna make this happen. Dad, Doug. See, I remembered your name. No, TT, LOL, let's go. Bro, Doug. Just think about it, okay? Me and you gonna talk, Chris. Well, I got you, bro. No, but seriously, all bullshit aside, I got people you need to talk to if that's something you're serious about doing.
That'd be sweet.
Make it happen for sure. So the newcomer's thing, obviously, you're not gonna Doug is not gonna be thrown deep into the TT. There's stuff that he's got to hoops and stuff he's got to jump through, but we can make it happen because I got friends out there that do it all the time. So
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be insane.
dude, Matt Hall says, shit, I'm down. Let's go. Me too, Matt. It was good to see you again, man. He says, what's up, losers? We are, baby. And you too, right? Let's go. Do you know Matt? Have you met
Yeah,
him?
yeah, I know Matt
Yeah.
through
Awesome.
Wira.
Yeah, dude. He's such a
Great
good guy.
dude.
Yes, he is.
He's got an awesome family too.
Dude, they're absolutely amazing. Yeah, dude. I love seeing all my friends. I love to me and you were a little bit different because I met you before we did the podcast. Usually
Right.
when I reach out to people, I haven't met them yet, or we're Facebook friends, and then I end up meeting them. So to me, that's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, man, let's go. Let's freaking go. So 2025, you're definitely doing all the East Coast rounds. Hopefully, we can make happen the 2 West Coast rounds. Is it 2?
No, there's none over there for
Oh
Stock
yeah, that's right.
1000.
There's not.
We
Man, they
have
totally changed the classes up this year.
Road America. We have VIRs, and I think Mid Ohio and Coda.
Yep, you're right. Coda.
So
Did you go to Coda?
I haven't been there.
Yeah,
Nope.
Dude, it's an awesome track. I've
But
been to Coda past 8 years. This first year I missed it because of my wrist surgery. I thought I'd be okay, right? I'm like, shit, I got 7 days after my wrist surgery. I'll be able to fly. No fucking problem. As soon as I come out of surgery, because that's all I talked about. I'm going to these Moto America races. I want to ride. Like, how soon can I ride?
right,
As soon as I woke up, I said, where's the doc at? I got a question. The lady looked at me. She says, I already know the answer. And I was like, how do you know the answer for the question I'm at? Like, how do you know? Am I dead? Like, what's going on? Right? She starts laughing. I was like, I'm confused right now. She says, you cannot fly and you cannot go to Texas. I said, boo, I want to go back to sleep and wake up from this bad dream.
yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, but Coda, man, what an amazing place. You watch them on TV. Like,
Yeah.
wait till you go to Road America. The undulations, just like Road Atlanta, right? When you show up, you're like, holy shit, turn one is like shoot straight up, right?
Yeah.
It's
It looks like
downhill.
you can brake really late though.
I'm sure you can. Yeah, because of course, because of the gravity and the momentum.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably tricky though, because that
Oh yeah.
momentum and the force, it's probably not the same as on a flat ground.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get a hold of Steve and get this set up on the suspension there. 'Cause
I know people, Birch, Kendall, and Dakari at
yeah.
K-Tech, baby. We'll get you dialed in for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
100%. Matt Hall says, it was good to see you again, Chris. It's always good, Matt. So we got another pod and talk about our RC51s again. We'll make it happen 110%. Fan of the RC. Do you like the RC51?
Who doesn't?
Dude,
That's like the icon, man. Yeah.
so
One of my friends from high school, his dad bought one of Nicky Hayden's old RC51s. It was pretty cool. He bought it from, I don't know if it was a replica or an actual one. I'm not sure because he might have bought one of the actual ones.
if he did, he's lucky. And I
They
would never
still
get
have
rid of
it.
it. It would be in my bedroom.
It don't get
Straight up.
rode, yeah.
Oh, I'd ride it. I'd have to ride it. Like it wouldn't be like I'm doing a track day on it. I would just show up just to do a lap around the track on it, just to make the funny noises and pretend, right? Just go right back in the trailer and polish her back up and be like, yep, I'm good. Yeah, dude. It's if I had Nikki's actual bike, yeah, it'd be in my bedroom for sure.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'd name my son Hayden Rossi after Nikki Hayden and Valentino. So originally I wanted to say Valentino. My wife looked at me. She said, "What are you, fucking idiot? You know how fun he's gonna be made of?" And I got thinking about it. I was like, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I can't do that. And I was like, Hayden Rossi? She's like, yeah, absolutely. We can do that. So I was like, okay. Speaking of the wife, there she is.
Hi, wife.
Hey, you know where you put that bag of gummy worms?
Yeah.
I need.
Right here.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So yeah, shoot, Chris, you and your dad and everybody will meet my wife. She'll be at VR too with me. So will my son's coming. He wanted to come to Atlanta, but he had SOLs, and I didn't want him to miss Thursday, Friday, and Monday, and then SOLs on Tuesday, and he had to make up a bunch of work. He's just like me, right? The apple does not fall. Literally, when it fell from the tree, like it just dropped straight down to the ground. Didn't even fucking roll. That's how me and my son are, right? Like we are 2 peas in a pod for sure. So he was bummed, dude. He's like, "Oh no, Dad, I really want to go." I was like, "Look, I will we'll go to Cycle Jam at the end of May. I'll take you to Cycle Jam. Yandel Medea is not going to be there, but a lot of my other friends will be there, and you'll probably know some of them too as well." He's like, "I don't care. I just want to go hang out with everybody and ride the scooter around the track." I was like,
I hear you.
You do you, boo boo, dude. So Chris, we're going to transition into the second part of the podcast here in a minute, where I ask you all these personal questions, and then after this, just stay on with me because we're going to definitely sit down and schedule part 2. My goal for you is, and I should have said this off camera. Well, actually, I want to follow the rest of your career in racing. Okay, so you're going to set up. We're going to do several podcasts a year. Since this is our first one, the introduction one, we'll we already did get all the beginning humbles out the way. So
Yeah, a little bit of it.
a little bit of it, right? But yeah, it's absolute honor. Matt says, I'm pretty sure Roger has Nikki's RC and Go bikes. Dude, if he's got his real bike, I'm absolutely jelly for
Yeah.
sure. 110%. That'd be awesome, man. One question I did have for you, bro, is why the BMW? What made you decide on the BMW?
Well, like I said, I had a Busa, and the only bikes that would pull them, it didn't really have a whole lot done to it at first, but the only bike that I ever really got beat by was a BMW, and not many people had one. And I got a good deal on one, popped up, so I jumped on it.
I love it.
And then I just stuck with them because, I
Dude,
mean,
you know Kevin Horney?
yeah.
Yeah, a buddy of mine. He when he first got into club racing, that's what he had, a 16. I want to say 16, 2016.
That's what my first one was.
Yeah, he was out there doing that. Now he's on a Gixxer 750 in the super sport class, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, he a buddy of mine bought a BMW. I think it's an 18. And I rode with the guy one time, and man, what a beautiful machine. This sound really good too. Light. He let me sit on it. I tried to get him to let me ride it.
Yeah, they come pretty loaded with some nice stuff. Like obviously, we're changing the tuning and exhaust and stuff. This year I'm running the alpha stuff. So it took me a while to learn how to use it. It kind of set me back a little bit, but then after I got used to working it and stuff, then it really let me dial it in and get a lot faster.
Was it difficult to learn the alpha side of things with the BMW, all the electronics and all that?
Yeah, it was kind of tough because I didn't realize, every track I was going to have to be changing the tunes multiple times a day and sending data out and all that stuff like that. But
another full-time job.
Yeah. I mean, once you figure it out, it's pretty simple. I mean, Steve does all the work, really. You just upload him the data and, put it back in the bike and you're good to go. But yeah, that alpha stuff is nice.
Does your bike have an adjustable headstock from the factory?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Because I know some of the BMWs, they have adjustable headstocks coming out off the showroom floor. Might be something you want to check. I told Philip Hart that too. They were having the issue. He's like, man, my front tire keeps hitting the bottom of my the V in the bottom of the front fairing.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, the belly pan. I was like, don't that thing have an adjustable headstock? And him and I guess it was a mechanic looked at me. They're like, we never thought about that. I was like, I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure positive they do. Because yours got swing arm pivot, right?
Yeah, it's got the swing arm pivot.
Well, why wouldn't it have adjustable headstock? Like, what's the point of having a swing arm pivot if you can't adjust the headstock to go with it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it does or not.
What year is your bike?
It's a 24.
Bro, 110%. I'm Googling it right now as we're talking. Yeah,
you Google it. I'm not sure. It could. But yeah, I did have a lot of problems on the 22 that I had last year hitting the belly pan, especially at Road Atlanta.
Did you really?
Yeah, I went out for qualifying last year, and me and Philip, we teamed up and did the endurance race last year at Cycle Jam. And I was in qualifying, and the back straight where you kind of come over the hill, and the bike hits so hard that I guess it pushes the front tire back some, and it was hitting the belly pan. I didn't know it, but I come off the track and it was smoking. It wore a groove almost all the way through.
Yes, the 2024 BMW does have an adjustable headstock. There you go. Now it's something else you get to play with.
Now, is that on the S or just the M?
That's a good question. I don't know. It says the M chassis kit includes. But why would you know what? I'll do this after the podcast. We don't need to talk about it here on the podcast. But I'm just confused. Like, if your bike's got adjustable swing arm, why wouldn't it have adjustable headstock? Like, anyway, enough of that. Jason Doss, what is up, my man? Doug Durbin says, I don't think headstock is adjust. It might be on your model, but the M does, obviously.
Yeah.
So, Paul Pendergrass, two of my homies right there, bro. What is up?
What's up, Paul?
Paul's awesome.
Yeah, he is. He's a nice guy.
He is. Dude, let me ask you this, man. You know, being a fierce competitor that you are, how do you put the wall up to where you're friends with people at the track that you race with, and then putting that Spartan helmet on when you got there to
Oh,
freaking murder
dude.
everybody on the track? How do you
So,
separate the two?
like this past weekend, we go into turn one on race one, and there was a pretty good pile of bikes going everywhere. We're all bumping, right? I think it was Taylor Knapp. Well, Taylor said it was him. I felt a little bump in my back tire, and then I figured whoever crashed. And you could see, like they showed it on the highlights, Knapp went down. Well, I had an extra bike that I've been needing to sell, and so I'll bring it with me in case I need parts or somebody wants to buy it. Well, Knapp needed some parts and stuff, and he didn't even ask me. But I noticed he was, trying to figure out how to get his bike back together. So I just went over and offered, it's like, grab whatever you need off that bike to get you through the weekend, and we can settle up after, or you can put the parts back on. So, and I've done the same thing with Philip Hart too. Like, I want, I want to race them. I don't want to win because they don't get to go out there and ride. I want to go out there and battle with you. I'm
That's
not
right.
going to be mad or salty when we get off the track, but I'm not gonna ease up on you in a corner when I'm gonna take my chance too. So
That's it. I love it.
that's the beauty of it. You can hop off the track and be best friends, and then when you get on the track, it's like, all right, let's see what you got then.
Dude, Chris, that speaks volumes, dude, because a lot of the racers can't do that. It's hard for them to uh, be friends with competitors on the track. One point example is Matt Mladen, right? Like he hated everybody, like he didn't care. I just want to win, but that's also just his personality and what made him
Yeah,
who he was. You know what I mean? Um, I think it speaks volumes of people that can do that mentally, because it's all a mental game. Change from, hey, I'm gonna rip your head off, and as soon as we come back in, hey man, you hungry? You want a hot dog? You want a hamburger? Right? It's hard to, yeah. I mean, it really is. Some people, it's hard for them to do that. They're like,
no,
man,
I don't want you to stand me up in turn two. I don't want no hamburger.
right? What are you talking about? I'm gonna smack you in the face with that hamburger. Get out of here. Uh, Matt Hall says, all right, guys, got to run. My son's out there tearing it up on dirt bikes later, bitches. Deuces, homie.
Let's
Jason Doss
go.
says he was a dick, Matt. Listen, it's he was who he was, but he's a fucking legend, man. Nobody could touch him for a
Yeah,
hot minute, So maybe certain people like that, they have it made up in their mind that that's the way they got to be in order to obtain what they want. I'll say
yeah.
it that
So
way.
they can be aggressive out there.
Right. Maybe I don't want to say they're mentally weak, because obviously Mladen was not mentally weak. He's a freaking legend.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just how he did. Doohan was the same way. McDoohan was the same way. Like, didn't care. So yeah, man,
yeah. No, I
absolutely.
want to get along with everybody. I want to have
Mhm.
smiles, have laughs, get along with everybody, and then at the same time, I want to, have some battles during the races. I don't want it to be a boring race. I want to get up close and personal, and you know, that's how you that's how you have fun.
Facts. That's why we do it, is to have
Yeah.
fun. Jason says Larry did beat him though on that Ducati. Pegram for a race. Yeah, for a race. Um, yeah, dude, Mladen was a beast. I actually ran into Mladen at Jersey in 23. He was there.
Hmm.
Yep, him and his two daughters. Got a picture with him. Had a nice
That's
conversation. Dude,
awesome.
a lot of times, dude, like I need to start recording these conversations I have with people at the track. I'm just gonna bring my phone and just start recording them, because, dude, those are the best ones. Like with Jeff May, I sat down with Jeff May for about every bit of a good 30, 40 minutes, and we just, dude, our views and opinions on classes in Moto America and the changes and what we think, just everything. And
Jeff's
dude,
awesome. Jeff's an
dude,
awesome dude.
legend, dude. Jeff's
Funny
trying to
story.
come back.
We was talking about how I had surgery or whatever. Well, and then I raced that same weekend or next day, or I was at the track and I just got there that morning, and I was talking to Jeff and Gabriel Da Silva,
My dude.
because they was both. Because Gabriel's awesome. That's
Yes,
you know
he is.
he's awesome, dude. Well, I was talking to both of them, and Jeff was like, I had that same surgery and raced 2 days later, and I was like, now I got to. You know what I mean? You can't tell me you did it and not expect me to go try to do it. Even though he's on a whole different level than me, but I was like, we're gonna do it though.
I'm
So
all in. I love it, dude. We're all in, baby.
yeah,
Jason says the day Larry Pegram beat Matt Mladen, I jumped off the what emoji is that? Hilarious. Dude, good races, right? But those were the glory days. Now, it's I feel like we're in such this funny era of our sport right now, right?
yeah,
Where you hear all this talk of super bikes coming on the decline, kind of, and super sport kind of taking over with all the rule changes, and the 959s and the 750s and the Triumphs and the 600s race together. I don't know. We'll see. I just think I think it's great. I love super hooligans. I'm a super hooligan
yeah.
fan. Let's go. Right? So
The hooligans are wild. That's awesome.
I did hear of supposedly Moto America is bringing in a new class next year in racing. Did you hear
Huh.
anything about that?
I did not.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm allowed. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm pretty sure next year the BSB has the F900 Cup BMWs.
Oh, okay, yeah. One of the dealers, BMW dealers, I was talking to at a show in, I think it was Indianapolis. They said something about BMW having a class like that for Moto America, but I didn't know if it was just like one race or what. And I thought it was this year.
Now, from my understanding, I think it's going to be a new class they're going to
Okay,
introduce, so,
that'd
which
be
is
cool.
great. Oh, dude, the F900 Cup out there in BSB is freaking awesome. Such a fun class to watch. It really, and
Tell you
speaking
what,
of that,
those new R9s are going to be tough. They're going to be tough to beat.
yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So
Yes. Yeah, they're beautiful bikes too. So we'll see, man. I can't wait. Big things are happening with the sport. So yeah, and then we got MotoGP in 2027 going to 850 cc's.
yeah, they'll probably
Yamaha,
still make the same amount of power.
dude, for real. Absolutely. Yamaha doing a V4, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be fun. It's exciting. Chris, bro, what an honor, dude. We're an hour and 12, 13 minutes
I
into
know
this
it.
thing. Dude, it goes by so quick. So the rest of the banter and chatter we're gonna save for our part two. But right now, I just want to get into where everybody gets to know Chris Durbin on a more personal level. Not the legend that you are away from the track, right? So let me ask you this. I already asked you what your day job does. Do you have any pets?
Yeah, I got a dog named Bentley.
Love it. What
He-
breed is it?
He's like a Australian husky.
Beautiful. I
He's
got
got one blue eye and one brown eye.
oh, shit. I got my my dog Charlie. She's sitting right here on the floor. Oh, and I got my puppy Princess. Let me move my freaking leg. There she is. You can see the head of her right here. So yeah, man, and we got 2 cats, but we're not going to talk about the cats right now. I'm just going to leave that at that. Yeah, we're not going to mention the cats. One cat, if she don't quit peeing in my house, I'm going to be outside cat. That's all I know. Do you name your bikes?
Sometimes joking around, but I haven't named the new one yet. We might have to put that up for debate.
Okay.
You know,
You got any names in come to the top of your head?
I don't know. I don't know what the. You got me on the spot there. You know.
That's all right. That's all right. You can think about it. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're on the starting grid and the last man standing there with you, whoever it is, what's the one thing you like them to say to you before they get off the grid?
Go fast, be safe, have fun.
That's Bison's motto. Go
I
fast,
know
be
it
safe,
is. It
baby. There
is.
we go.
I know it.
Bison, baby. Oh, I love it. Which brings me to Bison. Listen, it's 2025, people. What are you doing buying off the rack suits when it don't fit you correctly, right? When you can go out to bisontrack.com, get a full custom suits that designed, measured, tailored specifically for you. it's a game changer. It really is. That's my bison suit
Yeah.
right there in the background, right? So yeah, I freaking love my bison. It is a game changer. Do you have a custom suit, don't you, Chris?
I do.
Who do you wear?
Sharif Racing is a new company. I was actually wanting
That's
to.
right. I seen you put that post out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wanting to get in with Bison, but it didn't work out financially right at the beginning. I got a good deal with the sponsorship agreement I couldn't pass up, so my $2 budget worked out.
Doug says I've been telling him that since he was 5. You know
He
what?
has,
That's something
but
else.
I tell you what, the suit I got though, it is very nice and it fits great, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I got a lot of friends in the industry that make, you know, obviously custom suits, and I get the question asked a lot. They're like, well, you're a Bison ambassador. How come, you know, you talk about this and that? I'm like, because they're still my friends and I still want to see them thrive and get business, right? It's like when
Right.
you go out for a car, you buy a certain pair of shoes, you see what fits your personality. Just because you like a pair and you test drive it or you put them on your feet, they just don't feel good. You're like, nah, I just ain't with it, right? So it's basically one of those find whoever you talk to that fits your best personality,
Right.
and
I mean,
that you're
there's a lot of
comfortable.
great products and everybody makes different stuff, so
There is
obviously not everyone can use the same thing or is going to.
100%. So you are right on that, my friend. 110%. Are you a coffee drinker?
I like coffee, but I don't drink it a whole lot. I'm more of a
Red Bull.
Red Bull kind of guy. Yeah.
I love it, dude. I don't drink a lot of energy drinks. I do like a sugar-free Red Bull though.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from as much unnatural processed sugar as I can anyway.
Yeah, I've
So
actually
bad.
been drinking more of the anything with the unnatural sugar
Yeah,
or no sugar.
it's better for you. It really is. I mean, it really is. Dude, bro, tell us something we don't know about Chris Durbin.
What you don't know about me, huh?
I'm sure your dad knows something we don't know about
Oh,
you.
yeah, I'm sure he knows a lot of stuff. I like to play pool. I'm really good at shooting pool.
Okay.
So
Professional pool player went.
I don't know if I'm professional, but I might be able to take $1 from some people.
I know that's right. Did you play any other sports growing up? Like basketball, football, or any of that?
No, I just race dirt bikes.
Okay. Your dad says, I'm out.
Yeah, I brought
Uh,
up pool because he likes to play 8 days a week.
okay. Well, dude, hey, man, dude, I got a pool hall right down the street. Literally, it's like 2 miles down the street. I go down there, and
But
it's
every
called the
track
Whoop
we go
Whoop.
to, he brings his pool stick and he'll be Googling where he can go in the middle of the night to go shoot pool. I'm like, you going to
Dude,
shoot pool tonight? He's like, maybe.
I love it. I love it. Doug, we're gonna have to get up and I'll play around the pool with you one night for sure. 110%. Be a lot of fun. I suck, but I like to play. I like to talk shit too. So
But I mean, he loves it, so he gets to do what he loves, and I get to do what I love. And I don't know
works
where he
out.
sleeps at. I mean, I don't know where he's finding those hours, but
I love it, man. I love it. What's your worst habit?
my worst habit, huh? Probably not ever being organized. I'm terrible with having anything organized or planned. Like if
Just
somebody
on
asks
the
me,
whim.
yeah,
I love it. I used to be that way. I tried to organize, but actually, you know what really got me into, I don't want to say I'm probably not any more organized than you. The podcast helped me be organized, especially utilizing my freaking calendar and shit. Other than that, it's chaos. I
yeah. If
feel
you
you.
ask me what I got planned next weekend, I'd be like, I don't know.
I do. I pull out my calendar and be like, "Yep, I got this podcast and this podcast. Wow, what you need?" No, I'm not like my physical therapist. When I went first, he's like, "Yeah, I want you to come back on this day," and I was like, "Okay." And then I got thinking about, it, I was like, "Hold up, let me look at my phone." I was like, "I can't, bro. I got a podcast." He's
That's
like,
funny.
"Oh, can you do it on this day?" I'm like, "Nope, got a podcast." So after the third time, he's like, "Well, when are you available?" I was like, "Good question. Hang on, I can do this date." He's like, "All right, let's do that then." Same thing. I had physical therapy this morning. He's like, "Are you free next week, Simcoe?" I was like, "Nope." Not free at all. He's like, what about the week after that? I said I could do Friday at 9 a.m. He's like, that works. So yeah, we're on the same page with that. But yes, I feel you on that, man. I really do. Everybody knows I love audiobooks. I listen to a shit ton of audiobooks. Is that something you do too? Do you read or listen to? I'm not talking about shop manuals or alpha
Right.
manuals, right? I'm talking about reading or listening to audiobooks. Do you do that?
Not much, no. Normally I which I should, because when I'm at work, I'll put an earbud in and listen to music. So, but I've been wanting to try to, play around with those some, but I haven't yet. I need to. I might learn something.
Dude, I'm such a fan of the sport. Any motorcycle racer audiobook out there, I have it on my phone, but the one that I'm gonna recommend you to listen to is John Hopkins Leather, dude. It is a fucking amazing book, bro.
Okay.
It's so good. I mean, you name it, there's a lot of them out there that got books. I've listened to all 5 Guy Martins, Foggy, Michael Dunlop, Joey Dunlop. I mean, you name it, I got it. I'm a nerd. Listen, as a matter of fact, I'm big on. I used to be fat. Like I used to be fat, bro. Like fucking 280 pounds of 40 waist. I wear a 34 and I'm down to like 212 now.
Hell
A lot
yeah,
of,
good job.
dude, appreciate it. A lot of that come from watching what I eat, no fast food, cutting out a shit ton of unprocessed sugar, right? Natural sugar is good for you. Watching what I eat, but what really helped me the most, of course, exercising, listening to what my body told me as I was eating food. Right. So if you eat something, all of a sudden your nose gets stopped up, it's because your body's having a reaction to some type of ingredient in that food. Now you got to figure out what that is and then just eliminate that. Right. Once I started listening to myself and
Get off your
exercising
podcast
too,
right now
then
and
it
come
started
get this.
my
Why?
weight started.
Pause. No, please come. Get up.
What?
What? I'm sorry, sir. Whatever your name is, pause for a second. Come get up. Look how big.
I gotta go. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Big this God.
Oh, that's gold. You gotta love it. Well, I guess right now would be a good time to give a shout out to Fastline Track Days, K-Tech Suspension, KYT Helmet, Wolfpack Hardscaping LLC, Auburndale Motors. Let's go. Simcoe's going to come back, not even know I said that.
That's hilarious. All right.
Yeah,
I'm back. That was the first time that ever happened. Apparently, I had to go.
it's
Dude,
all good. I gave a shout out to my sponsors while you was gone.
I love it, dude. See, networking, I love it. That's what teamwork. That's what I'm saying, dude. There's a fucking wasp. Like, I don't know how I got in between my screen. I got this, I forget what the fuck, a bay window, right? It's this big ass window. Dude, this some of bitches like this big. I was like, holy shit. Don't open the window. If you do, run like hell. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's what they had to show me. Anyway, where was we at? Yeah, audiobooks. Yeah, recommend Hopper. There you go. I'll text you the link. Podcast. What podcast do you listen to? I listen to a shit ton of podcasts.
Yours and pretty much just some random ones.
I love it, man.
Most
Thank
of the
you for
time, I
this.
just listen to music, honestly, more than anything, or
What's your
watch
favorite?
racing videos.
What's your favorite band?
I'm more of a country music guy, so I'm on like a Morgan Wallen kick and like George Strait, like some oldies.
Dude, I listen to one of my favorites is Frank Sinatra, and I tell people that, and they look at me like, "You listen to
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra?" I'm like, dude, Frank Sinatra's the fucking man. What are you talking about, man? Yes, absolutely. So
I
I
like
listen to.
everything, really. I listen
Dude, me
to
too,
country
Chris.
or rock, some hip hop, whatever.
Depends on what mood I'm in, right? It's one of
Yeah.
those type deals. Sometimes I want that trap music, that Young Dolph and 2 Chains, and there's other times I want
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen. There's other times, dude, I love Pearl Jam. You put on Pearl Jam, bitch, I'm singing. So yeah, dude, at karaoke. You like doing karaoke?
Oh yeah, I love karaoke.
Bro,
Hey,
we're gonna.
yeah, we'll have to get after it. I'm down.
Dude,
I don't sing like I ride, that's for sure. But
none of us sing like we ride. Trust
but,
me. We're all
I'm
an
probably
American
sound more
Idol in
like
the
a
shower,
motorcycle.
right?
But
Oh man, I love it.
Heck,
Favorite
one of the
holiday,
things
bro?
I watch more than anything probably is American Idol and The Voice and stuff. I love watching that stuff.
Yeah, I did too. But that and one question, shit, I'm just gonna go ask you, like, are you watching any like Netflix documentaries or series you can recommend to anybody?
Uh, it's a good question. Not really, not right now. No.
What am I watching? I'm watching
Yeah.
I'm a huge Star Wars nerd.
We know
so-
exactly where it is.
No, listen, I'll be done here in a
No,
minute.
no,
He's
no.
not going nowhere.
No. Please just look at it. Just get up.
No, take a picture on your phone.
I can't on the phone. Please.
I will in a minute.
No, Dad.
Oh,
No.
dude,
It-
bro, come here.
No.
Yes.
Please.
Hey, listen, anybody want a kid? I got two of them. I got one right here.
Please.
Okay. Oh,
Please, for the love of
I
Jesus'
apologize.
name.
last time.
Right.
I'll be right back, Chris. Sorry. Shit, Chris, bro, Rossi, this is it. I'm not coming back. Don't throw a fit. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, shut that blind down all the way so he can't get out. I'll come and kill it here in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, open the window. Now he's in the living room. Dude, and that son of a bitch is this big. He's like, what up? I'll kill it
That's
after
funny.
I ain't worried about the freaking. Yeah,
But
kids,
yeah,
man.
no, mainly I've been watching the new American Idol season, so I've kind of forgot about all the other stuff I was watching.
Man, I ain't watched American Idol. I'm trying to Star Wars. That's what I was saying. I'll edit all this. I'll edit that two little parts out. But they released a new cartoon, dude. I'm a Star Wars nerd, me and my son. So that and my wife, she loves to watch my 600-pound life or
Okay.
1,000-pound life or something like that. She likes all those. That and she's into
The reality TV stuff.
yes, and we're huge fans of horror flicks, so we love to watch horror movies too. So for a shizzle, favorite comedian, bro.
Yeah, I like watching some funny stuff. I watch a lot of the Matt Rife stuff too because he's hilarious.
Matt Rife, Gary Owens, freaking hilarious too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good comments out there for sure. 110%, dude. What advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self to stay in school, go to college.
Right?
No, just try to stay level-headed and keep focused and don't get overwhelmed with your emotions.
It's hard to do. It really
Yeah.
is.
It
It's
takes
easy
some
work.
years and some experience to figure out how to get through all that stuff.
100%, Chris. It really does. It's something that you got to teach yourself and work
Yeah.
on it. 110%.
Because getting all worked up doesn't do anything good,
Bro. No, it just makes you pissed off and you carry it to the next day. Yeah, it's not even
Yeah.
worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Dude, if you had your own private track day and you can invite any 3 people, dead or alive, what's the 3 people you would invite to your track day?
Oh, it would have to be Hayden Gillum and Nikki Hayden, and I'm gonna bring Marquez because I want to see what's gonna happen.
A lot's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. For sure. Are you happy to see Marquez dominating on the Ducati, him and his brother? Excuse me.
Yeah, it's always awesome. I root for everybody. I'm not like a fan favorite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't really just stick beside one guy. But
You know who my favorite is?
Toprak.
I hope everybody's ready for this. No. My favorite racer of all time are all my friends that race. Chris Durbin,
Heck yeah.
Isaac Woodworth, Levy Batty, dude, Rossi Moore, Dominique Doyle. My list is long. Those are all my personal favorites. Outside of all my friends, right, in the industry that races, yeah, Toprak's a fucking legend, dude, right? Of course, Valentino Rossi, but Yeah, I would rather, dude, show up, Chris, seriously, and be like, honor, you gave me the hat, right? I would have bought it from you because I want to support you in doing what you do because I know how expensive it is, right? So I'd rather pay your $50, $60, $40, whatever for your t-shirt than buy a Mark Marquez hat or a t-shirt or yada yada yada, if that makes sense. But I am a sucker for Jack Miller. So
Yeah.
I will
There's
say
so
that
many great people. You can't
there
really
is,
just
dude.
pick one. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
like just put all their names in a hat and draw one out, and then I'm happy with whichever one comes. You know?
Facts, dude. Dude, if you had one superpower, what superpower would you have?
Um, probably have to go with the speed, like Mr. Flash. You know?
You're the first one that said Flash. A lot of people say teleportation. Shoot, some people say some crazy shit, but Flash would be cool, man. Oh, dude, speaking of that, have you seen let me tell you another TV show that you guys got to check out is oh my god, dude, brain fart. Are you kidding me right now? It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I'll think about it. The boys. That's
The
it.
Boys. Yeah,
Yes,
that's awesome.
dude.
That's
What a
like,
show,
yeah, you don't know, man. That's wild.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, really
crazy.
good. It is. It really is, dude. Do you like
Yeah,
guns? Are you a family of guns?
yeah,
Gotta
most
have guns.
definitely.
Me too, right?
I don't even know how many I have.
I got quite a, I mean, I don't have as many as I like. I got 6, 7 of my son. I bought my son his AR when he was 7. He was
Okay.
I got videos and pictures of my son in his diapers cleaning my handguns. He'll take them
Heck yeah.
apart, you'd clean them, put them back together. So yeah, it's one of the things that I want to implement, man, because I'd rather him, you know all the safety aspects of
Yeah,
it.
it's safer to know how to work one than
Than,
to not. And you know, if they don't know about them or learn about them, then they're going to get curious eventually.
110%.
So,
Do you have any superstitions?
yeah, kind of. I'm kind of superstitious on like if somebody says something about crashing or shows like bad crashes on the way to like a race. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Don't show me, somebody wadding it up and getting hurt when I'm getting ready to go race.
Yeah.
Not that
No,
I mean, I know it can happen and I'm not really worried about it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to see that before I'm getting ready to go do the same thing that they just did and didn't go well.
I feel you. All right, man. So listen, I got 2 more questions, and then we're gonna end this podcast. And then we'll definitely sit down and schedule our part 2. Um, if you could travel back to any era of time, what era of time would you travel back to?
Probably the early 90s. Because I mean, I don't know what it was like before that, but but the early 90s was legit. You just playing outside. You didn't have all this technology going on. It was just simple. You know.
Facts, carburation. You tell people that
Yeah.
like, what the fuck's a carburetor? I'm like, okay, okay. We don't need to have this conversation, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Awesome. Okay,
No,
last
no
question.
traction control.
None of that, right? Yeah, we did. It's right here. This
Yeah.
and climbing on the front and the rear brake. That's traction control. Dude, if you were to plan a bank robbery, who's coming with you?
I can't tell you that. If I tell you, then it's
The
over
police will know.
already.
I love it, dude. He's
You
like, I
know?
can't. That's all right. We'll say that for part 2, dude.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we're gonna have to turn this podcast off before I gotta
We
plead the
will. I plead the
fifth.
fifth, right? You heard that. That's the name of this episode. I plead the fifth, Chris Durbin. I love it, man. I love
Oh,
it.
that's awesome.
Doug says, I love you, son. All right, here we come. Dude, I wish I could make Road America. I would be there, but I'll definitely be at the Cycle Jam at the end of the month. Hopefully I'll be able to see you on that Sunday too. Christina says these badass burgers are done, guys. I'm on my way. Like absolutely on my way.
Yep.
She says, I was cooking for our kids. I love it.
That's my sister.
I love it. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for joining the show. So listen, this will be out everywhere tomorrow. Spotify, all that. I'll tag you on all the socials. I'll send you
Okay.
the direct link once I upload it and all that. So yeah, listen, the only thing I'm gonna say is thanks for all the love and support, everyone. It means so much to me. You guys and girls have no idea. It really does. If you guys and have not had the chance, go hit that like and subscribe the bell. You guys know the routine. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I got. And
All
it's
right.
an absolute honor to sit down with my buddy
Yeah, I
Chris Durbin
appreciate it,
in the
man.
hot seat
Thanks for
today,
having me
boy.
on.
Listen,
I
it's
do
all
want to
you.
give another shout out to the sponsors, though, for all the
Listen.
support.
Give all your shout outs and then we'll end the
Wow.
podcast.
Becky and Chris Meyer are definitely top notch. They're awesome with Fastline track days. And then I have KYT helmets, EVC brakes, Wolfpack hardscaping, Auburndale Motors, and Sharif Racing Leathers. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. And listen, people, if you show up to Road America, please make sure you stop by, say hi to Chris, number 625. You cannot miss him. Trust me, my logo's on the bike. Again, absolute honor. But listen, seriously, stop by, see if he has any merch for sale, get a poster, get a picture, show all your love and support. It really means a lot.
Yeah.
So it really does, people. It really does. So yeah, on that note, shoot, I'm out. I'm hungry, man. I got some people over here. I got a fence getting put in. I got to go kill this monster wasp my son kept interrupting the podcast for. So
that's awesome.
Let's go. But yeah, listen, Chris, it's an absolute honor. So yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I'll give you. Let me go out here and do this. I'll give you a call, and then we'll set up.
And Mike Thermos, man, thanks for all your help with the K-Tech stuff, brother.
Thermos is a legend. I'd love to sit down with him too, for sure.
But, well, have a good night, everybody. Thanks for listening in and getting on here with Simcoe. He's the legend.
Dude, no, I'm not the legend. I'm just a normal guy. You guys are the legend, right? I appreciate the love and support. I really do, Chris. It really means a lot to me. So yeah, on that note, Chris, I'll call you. I'll either call you later on tonight or tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
No, I'm free all weekend.
All right. I'll call you tomorrow. We'll set up our second podcast. Make sure you give the wife, the kids, the dads, the sisters, everybody hugs for me. And yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow, my friend. And
all right, brother.
Looking forward to part 2. All right. On that note, good night, world. All right, let me end this. See you, bro. I'll give you a call.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.